So yeah, man. I mean, I was basically watching the videos, and as they were going on, I was thinking, like, I was like right along within the spirit with them, thinking of the things that they were teaching. Because it's really, to be honest, once you think about it, it's already, once you've been in the truth for so long, or once you know the scriptures, when certain guys say something, it's not going to sit right, because one thing is, they're not just going to say one thing and it's just going to be that set thing. The scriptures are all connected in some way, shape, or form. Every priest, that's what scripture says, precept must be upon precept. Once you say one thing that's off, that's going to trigger off a whole other thing. Well, if you're saying that, that means this. And if you're saying that, that means this. And it's going to basically have a domino effect. Oh, well, you're saying, John the Baptist was in the truth. Well, that means you're saying Elijah that wasn't in the truth. And we all seen the works of it. And if that means Elijah wasn't in the truth, then such and such, basically it's going to keep going on and on. And then where your whole doctrine is going to have plenty of holes in it, because you said one little thing. That's why the scripture says, if you're guilty of breaking one, you're guilty of breaking all. Because there's not just one plain thing that you can just do and that's set in stone. You're committing multiple acts, man. Just like when Yahushua, when he came and died, when Yahushua came and died, he wasn't just doing one thing just to, I came to fulfill my sins and that's it. No, he was doing multiple things. He was fulfilling prophecy, fulfilling his own sins, then the sins of the people. He had to shed his blood. He had to do certain things, But he was doing a whole bunch in that one act. That's the same thing when you basically go off, man. You're not just breaking one. You're not just going off in one little thing. You're going off on your whole doctrine is gonna start being topsy turvy, man. That's why the scripture's talking about a solid foundation. So let me go back to this. It says, yeah, but I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And he did that. All right, let's go to where Yahushua actually told the disciples, hey, Elijah already come. This is in red, as you see. I'm going to go ahead and get verse 10. This is verse 10, Matthew 17 and 10. It says, and his disciples asked him, saying, why then say the scribe of Elias, which is Elijah, must... In fact, let me prove that real quick. Boom, see? Elijah's... That is Elijah, an Israelite. Elijah, the Yahweh of Jehovah, some shit like that. It says, scribe Elijah must come first. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Elijah truly shall come first and restore all things. But I say unto you that Elijah is come already. And then it says, but they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. It says, likewise shall also they do to the son of, likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them. See? So it says likewise, man. So the same thing Yahushua, which is the Son of Man, is going to suffer, was the same thing Elijah, which was who we talked about, John the Baptist, which it says what? Verse 13. Then the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist. See? So John the Baptist was Elijah. Elijah was John the Baptist. The things John the Baptist suffered is the same things Yahushua suffered. Why? It's because they're one and the same. They was on one accord. That's how us brothers can understand one another, because we suffer the same things. When brothers go through their trials and tribulations, other brothers can relate to that, because we went through the same thing, man. Oh, brother, you went through this. Oh, your woman left you because you told her that Esau's the devil and such and such. Hey, guess what, brother? I went through the same thing. I can understand that. Guess what? That's all part of the ministry. That's all part of bearing your cross. So you think John the Baptist just did all this stuff, bared the cross and everything, and he wasn't in the truth? He was just doing it just to do it? No, man, he was in the truth. He did it. He did it because what? He knew Yahushua was Lord, and he preached these things, man. He was doing the work, He had faith and he did the work, man. If that doesn't scream in the truth, then shit, what is your definition of the truth then? That's my next question. If what John the Baptist was doing didn't qualify him to be in the truth, then what is your definition of being in the truth is then? All right. Scripture says, matter of fact, oh damn, I fucking went blank on what I was finna get. Yeah, that's what I got it. The water y'all bless me, y'all. Here it is right here. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 13. It says, for by one Spirit we are all baptized into the one body, whether we be Jew or Gentiles, which means what Israelite foreigners. It says, whether be bond or free, it says, and have been all made to drink unto the one Spirit. See, it says, for the body is not one member, but many. See, so John the Baptist took of that one Spirit. Why? It tells you multiple times how they thought Yahweh Shah was John the Baptist. And then what? Yahweh Shah suffered the same thing John the Baptist suffered. That's that one Spirit. All right? They came together in unity. All right? Just like us brothers all come together in what? In unity, man. We're not having no waivers doctrine. Oh, John the Baptist taught this and then this, and Yahweh Shah wasn't with that. Well, obviously, if Yahweh Shah, told him he suffered the same thing I suffered, Yahweh Shah never mentioned out of his mouth he went off on this, he went off on that. He said Elijah, he called him Elijah. That proves it right there. That, this man, it also proves what? That Elijah, he fell back into his light as John the Baptist, man. Elijah was a prophet. Guess what? He came back as a prophet, as what? John the Baptist, man. All right. Now, let me prove that to show you how Yahweh Shai, they actually called Yahweh Shai John the Baptist. Slacky. I want to say Matthew 17. 16 and 14. This is Matthew chapter 16 verse 13. It says, when Yahweh Shai came unto the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciple, saying, whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And it says, and they said, some say that thou art John the Baptist. All right. So let me ask you this question. If somebody say that, and this is also proven that reincarnation is true. If somebody say that, let me say it like this, and I don't mean to sound prideful, I don't mean to put myself on any type of level, but if somebody say, if Apostle Gabar dies, and 13 years later or 14 years later, another guy that teaches just like him acts. I don't know, let's like this. Basically, he comes in the truth just like Elder Apostle Gabar, and he's teaching and everything. He does like this, and then brothers is asking, and let's say reincarnation wasn't a big thing. Everybody knew about reincarnation, and the brothers asked him. He's like, he asking, hey man, who do y'all think I am, man? And everybody's saying, oh man, I think you Apostle Gabar. I think you Apostle Gabar. I think you Apostle Gabar. Why would you think they would say that? Is it just you think they're just saying that just throw a name out there, or would they be saying it because he has like characteristics just like that man? If a person is comparing you to another person, it means what you're acting like that person, or you have characteristics as that person. They're not just gonna say, oh, hey, you look like this person. That's why I think you this person. No. Yahweh Shai and John the Baptist was cousins. They probably had some type of, they probably looked a little alike, but they were saying that is because John the Baptist did the same deeds as Yahweh Shai was doing himself. That's why he said to his disciple, he said, hey, John the Baptist suffered the same thing the Son of Man shall suffer, because they were one in the spirit, like I brought out in the Corinthians, man. They were one. They were one on the same accord, man. Just like Yahweh, the Father, and Yahweh Shai are one in accord, man. Not the same person, but they're one in accord. They have the same mindset, man. They understand what's the goal, man. All right, they're two different entities, but guess what? They're on the same page. If you get me, just like John the Baptist and Yahweh Shai, man, was on the same page. Two different entities, but on the same page, man. And how you can prove that is because people was comparing them to one another. Oh, man, you act just like John the Baptist. So guess what? If we already know Yahweh Shai didn't sin none of the days when he was Yahweh Shai. But so if a man is compared to Yahweh Shai, guess what? That means he must have been living his life as a righteous man then, If you compare me to if I compare you to a serial killer, then guess what I'm trying to call you? Hey, you have characteristics of a serial killer, which means I see you do things that I see a serial killer do. So if people see John the Baptist, say, oh man, and they see another guy acting just like John the Baptist, oh man, you act just like John the Baptist. You know, they're comparing each other's characteristics to each other's deeds and everything. All right, I'm not gonna keep rambling on and on about this. I believe I drove the point home, but I just want to show. And then on top of that, they did it twice. Look, they said what? Some shall say thou John the Baptist, some Elijah. They did them twice. See, it says in others Jeremiah and or one of the prophets. See, so basically they say, some say you John the Baptist. Oh, that's John the Baptist. Some say you're Elijah. Oh no, that's Elijah. Which they basically just said he was the same person. Because John the Baptist and Elijah is the same person. So they compare Yahweh Shah not only to one of his reincarnates, but to both of them. To both of his reincarnates. They said that just to show you the spirit that was in John the Baptist. I mean, the spirit that was in Elijah that transferred over to John the Baptist was a righteous spirit. All right. And he was one of the elect, man. All right. And he will be redeemed. And guess what? John the Baptist is doing, it's like, guess what Elijah was doing when he was John the Baptist? The same thing he was doing when he was Elijah, man. Prophesying and preaching. All right. Hey, but I mean, that's all I want to get on it, man. I just want to prove that. I prove that reincarnation is in the scriptures yet again. I don't know how many times we have to go over this, but hey, as many times as the Spirit allows us to do it, man, we're going to keep doing it. All right. And I also proved that John the Baptist, the one that we just proved that was Elijah, was also in the truth. All right. He had the faith and he did the works, man. All right. How you compare to that, man? Because guess what? People compared him to Yahweh Shah, man. And guess what? If he wasn't doing the things that a righteous man was doing, guess what? They wouldn't compare him to the most righteous Israelite on the planet that ever walked planet Earth, man. All right? Slow willing. I hope this video was edifying, man. Hey, this is the type of madness, this is the type of spirit that Satan has out, and he's looking to catch up brothers, man. But brothers that does they studying, that does they reading, man, and that watches these videos, they're not going to get caught up with all that, man. All right? They're going to read the scriptures. They're going to go back, examine it, and they're going to find out, is that what these people are saying are true, just like the church of Bereans, all right, in the book of Acts. Matter of fact, let me get that right quick. Just to show you, hey, don't take my words for it, man. Go read what John did, man. Go read what John did. Go read what Elijah did. I already brought out the scripture to show you that they're one and the same people, and you decide for yourself, does that sound like a man of the truth or not? This is Acts chapter 17, verse 11. It says, these were more noble than those of Thessalonicus, in that they received the word that were already of readiness of mind, and searched the scriptures daily, whether those things be so. See? So, the matter of fact, like, I'm gonna get a verse 10. It says, and the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, whose coming, which I believe that means water. I think Berea means water. Well watered, which, well watered, we know the water is symbolic for the truth, and well watered is what? It means you always, if you're well watered a flower, that means you water that flower daily, It says, whose coming thither went unto the synagogues of the Jews. These were more noble than them of Thessalonicus, and that they received the word of all the readiness of mind, and searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so. So guess what, man? They didn't just believe what Paul and Silas said. Guess what? They went back and researched the scriptures, man. Just like you brothers are supposed to do, just like we do, man. We just don't take what the elders and apostles and what other brothers say. Really, to be honest, we don't just take what no man say, man. We go back, read the scriptures. Hey, if something don't sit right, even if it do sit right, even if it sounds right, Hey, Yahushua, he's such, such, such. That sounds like something Yahushua would do. But let me go see. Let me read this. Let me prove this, you know. Yeah, Yahushua, okay, yeah, he did do that. Okay, right. The brother on point, you know. Because guess what? What is transgression, man? What is sin? Transgression against the law, you know. So hey, if a brother's saying something about the Bible, and hey, you read it and it says that in the Bible, hey, what can you do? You know, just like in 300, he said, what can we do? What can we do? Yeah, what can you do? You know, hey, there's nothing possible you can do. The brother's on point, man. You know, hey, the book also in Acts it says, let these men alone, for if what they say don't be of Yahweh, it should come to naught. You know, but if it do, guess what? You're gonna be finding yourself happily fighting against the Lord. You know? So guess what? You're supposed to go search the scripture, see is it true. If it's true, then what can you? Hey, there's nothing you can do, man, because it's true. It's written in the book. It's right. You know. So thus for if you really believe John the Baptist wasn't the truth, go read it for yourself. Go read the things we saying. Look at the scriptures we brought out. And then if you still come up against that, guess what? Hey, you got a demon on you, dog. You going off. You know, because we brought out multiple scriptures, man. All right. To prove that John the Baptist, which was Elijah, was in the truth by not also his faith, but also by his works and his deeds. All right. So with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yashai Bashem Kakodash, the months to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to you brothers out there.